Hello, we are moving on to subtraction today. So the problem that you should have tried in subtraction is this question about Eva and her glass beads. So I'm going to read it to you. Follow along with me. Eva bought a bag of 475 glass beads. She used 134 beads to make a necklace. How many beads were left in the bag? So if we look at the questions that we want to answer about this problem, they're right down here in the lower corner. It says, what is it about? It's about glass beads. What are we trying to find out? We are trying to find out, let me make it so I can write on this screen. We're trying to find out how many beads are left in the bag. So I'm going to underline that. What information are we going to use? We're going to use 475 and 134. Because it says how many are left in the bag, instead of putting them together, we're going to find the difference. So we're going to subtract. So let's first start with a picture. So when you subtract with a picture, we always start with our big number first, and then we try to take away the little number. So we're going to take away 4 ones, 3 tens, and 100. So that means we're left with 341. So that's one way that you can subtract. Another way you can subtract is a number line. So you'll start with your big number and you'll go back 100 for your hundreds, 30 for your tens, and 4 for your ones. And in this case, you have to subtract as you go backwards, and I got 341 again. Another way would be the break apart. So if we did 470 and 5, which this sometimes can be a little tricky to do it this way, and I have 130 and 4. We're still adding them because it's 475 put together and taking away 134 put together. But then we'll subtract the difference between the two. So this is going to be a 1. This one's going to be 40, and this one's going to be 300. Then we put them back together to get our answer. So there's a few ways that you could solve this problem. So let's go ahead and go on to the next problem. So this shows, it says how to find out how many she has left. Well, those ways that I just did explains how many she had left. So you can do a picture, or you can do break apart, or you can do a number line. So draw one way for you to show how many she has left. Once you're done with number 1, on number 2, it's going to walk you through some steps. So write on number 2 as I write it up here. Whoops. So I'll snip it so that I can write on it. So number 2 says you can solve subtraction problems in different ways. Breaking apart numbers is one easy way to do it. So it says break 525 apart. So to break 525 apart, I just pull it apart. To break 213 apart, I just pull that one apart, and then it says tell me the difference. So 5 subtract 3 is 2, 20 subtract 10 is 10, 500 subtract 200 is 300. So then on D, it says check your answer, which let's get our answer. It says check it by rounding. So we're going to take our first number, 525. My 100 before is 500. My 100 after is 600. My 100 in the middle is 550. So 525 rounds to 500. Do the same process with 200. So 213 is in between 200 and 300. My middle number is 250. So it's 213 is going to be on this end. So I have 500 and 200, and then I'm going to just subtract that. So my answer should be, oh, I put 100, but 5 subtract 2 is actually 300. My answer should be close to my original answer, which 300 and 312 is pretty close to each other. Okay, that's how you do that page. So we're going to turn again to the next page. The next page says, tell me a different way you could do it. So besides break apart, you could draw a picture or a number line. So let's first start with the picture. We have 525. And we're going to take away 213. So we'll start with our ones and take away our 3 ones. Take away our 110. Take away our 200s. That leaves 312. So that's another way to do it. We could also do a number line. Start with our big number. Take away 200. That leaves 325. Take away 10. That leaves 315. Take away 3. That leaves 312. So in both of these cases, we got 312. So there's a few ways that you can do this problem. So choose one of those ways to write on your paper. Remember, you can always back up this video. You can pause this video to help you. Okay, now it's time for vocabulary, but I need to actually look and see what word we're doing because it's not on my page. Okay, so we're doing the word regrouping. So we'll go back here. So in the middle of your page is regrouping. So you don't need to write this word because it's already on your page. So my definition would be combining. Oh, combining. Spell that right. Or taking apart. So when you regroup, you're putting more together or you're taking more apart. So an example might be if you have 19 and you have 22, you would combine to make a new 10. So that would be one example of breaking apart. We could also start with a bigger number like 221 and take away 110. So this actually isn't there. So that leaves us with 1. Take away 110. That leaves us with 110. Take away 100. That leaves us with 100. So that leaves our answer as 110. Whereas this one was 41. And then a non-example would be if you had 221 and you had 110 and you combined these and made a new number. That's not regrouping because you need a 10 to combine. So you can just write not regrouping because you need 10. Okay, so you're going to finish the problem below this vocabulary on this page and then the back side of this page. So finish up these pages and then you're done with math today. Good job.